Okay, this video is about big ADV multi-cylinder bike versus a single cylinder ADV bike slash dual sport like KLR 650, DR 650, KTM 690. I'm making this because, well, I haven't made a video in a while, but I've heard guys wanting to move up, say they want to move up to a big adventure bike. And I don't necessarily think it's a move up unless it fits what you're doing. I got a few things written down. On the highway, of course, the big multi-cylinder ADV bike is smoother and can cruise at interstate speed easily with less vibration and more passing power. Comfort on both bikes, they're both comfortable. If you're really doing a bunch of street riding, you might just want to keep your dual sport small ADV bike slash dual sport and get a street bike to do your street riding if you're really mostly riding on the street like I've been doing. All I've been doing lately is commuting. Be realistic about what you do with your bike. You might have big dreams about riding all across the US, and but in reality you have obligations around the house. You're not really going to be able to get away, or financially you ain't got the money to travel. You might just be a weekend rider, or go for a Sunday ride, and you'll have spent all that money on a big ADV bike to sit in the shop, to sit in the garage or shed or wherever you keep your bike. Also, be realistic about what terrain you ride. On my V-Strom, I've basically been a ADV poser because all I've done is commute on it. The roughest thing it's been on is roads through Perdido, WMA, and Blackwater, which basically all that is roads that you could drive a truck through, a car through, some of them. So there's not really any trails that I know of around here. Mostly it's really just roads that we call trails. So either one of my bikes could do that easily. The weight difference. Of course, your small ADV bike slash dual sport, a DR is probably about 370 to 350 pounds. KLR, the Gen 2 is about 430. And the KTM 690 Enduro is, I'd say, about 330. CRF 250L is about the same, about 330. So say my V-Strom 1000 is 525 pounds. It's one of the lighter big ADV bikes. The Africa Twin, about 550, 560 pounds. The Versus is probably, I'm not really sure, probably between 550 and 600 pounds. So there's a big weight difference. Miles to the gallon. My V-Strom probably actually does a little bit better than my KLR. The best I've gotten on the V-Strom is 46, but it stays between 40, 44 usually. The last two tanks, one was 42 and the other one was 43 miles to the gallon. That's just commuting back and forth to work. A lot of people don't care about miles to the gallon. They usually say, well, why? I don't care. I just have it as a toy while I commute on it and ride 25, 30,000 miles a year. So it makes a difference to me about fuel mileage. Let's see what else. Maintenance cost. Uh, I would say the big bikes, say a 10 array is shaft drive, so you ain't got to worry about chain and sprockets. Speaking of the 10 array, it's really heavy. It's 600, 650 pounds. I think about 650. But say on my bike, it's going to have more wear and tear on the chain and sprockets if you're tempted to twist the throttle, and if you're like me, you will be. Tires, you're going to put more wear on tires. The bike's heavier, it's got more power. Tires are also more expensive than what I run on my KLR. I'm sure you can spend a lot more for tires for the KLR, but I get a front and back tire for $90 to $95 for a Shinko. On my V-Strom, I have the TKC 70s. I've got 10,000 miles on them, and they still got some life left in them. But I would imagine they're going to be a lot more expensive to replace, which is fine as long as they're lasting. Oil change is about the same. V-Strom's got a spin-on filter. KLR's got a little, I don't know what you call it, cartridge filter. They both hold about 3.5, 4 quarts of oil. Both of mine get Rotella. About everything, my truck, lawnmower, everything get Rotella around here. Let's see. 2 up. If you ride with a passenger, I don't, so this don't make any difference to me. That's when the larger multi-cylinder ADV bike would be really nice. I think that's about it. All I can think of. It comes down to it's your money, so do what you want. I always buy used. You see me always riding old bikes. I buy them. I don't have to make a payment on them, and I have just as much fun as somebody on a new bike. I just don't look as cool. I don't. I'm old and I don't really. I'm married and I don't really care. I have just as much fun on the old bike. And actually, I'm looking at V-Strom is for sale. I'm actually looking at some older bikes. I just enjoy it. I like older stuff. Thanks for watching, and like if you like the video. If you don't, then I apologize. Subscribe if you hadn't subscribed. Thanks.